Sorry about that. I couldn't be asked right then. I had to give it a minute or two. You're right, lads. This is the GeordieJedi here. Today, face Sunderland for Tyne-Wear Derby at Sunderland, a stadium of shite. Lost 1-0. I've no idea. I genuinely don't know where exactly to begin. 5-0. 5-0. Fifth time in a row we've lost. Oh, the thing is only about, I'd say about only 2 of 5 of those we've actually looked like we kind of didn't deserve to lose, which is a piss take. Not, today we deserve to lose. Sunderland looked better in every single fucking way. They looked better than us. They fought for the ball. They had a manager who, I'm not the biggest fan of Dick Advocat. Really not. I've no idea well, quite frankly, I had no idea who the fuck he was. But he comes in and he set his team up right. He went 3 at the front, which guess what? At home, against a team that like us that's having serious defensive problems with injuries and everything. He set up 3 at the front and it nearly worked. I'll say nearly worked because quite frankly they still didn't look like sort of insanely dangerous when you consider the 3 people up front. Didn't look insanely dangerous, but they won anyways. And then there was us, John Carver. Now some blame deserves to be with the players. Quite a few players could have probably done a bit better. But a lot of the blame, and I mean seriously, like 95% of the blame, I think starts with John Carver, and I'll give you my reasons. We played 4-3-3, effectively. Okay, probably about 3 positions I'd say were fucked up. Apart from the formation, it should have been 4-4-2 to begin with, considering they had people like Lee Cattermole back. I don't know why we didn't maybe try to go for 4-4-2. It seemed much wiser. But left back. Now, Jonas Gutierrez had come back, or Jonas Gutierrez rather, comes back. People who know Newcastle know that he's not a horrible left back. He's not brilliant either. He's just, quite frankly, he was the best left back option that we really had. Who plays there? Jack Colback. Now, I should point out, Jack Colback is pretty good in his actual position at central midfield. Central defensive midfield. He's brilliant. There was a reason he was being considered for England before Delph. It was either him or Delph, and Delph seemed just to win it in the end. And he plays at left back. Gutierrez plays left midfield. Even swapping them around would have been a step in the right fucking direction, because Colback looked shit and so did Gutierrez, because they both played in positions that weren't really for them. I mean, Gutierrez, he kind of tried, and without a decent left back to help him as a left midfielder, he couldn't go anywhere. That wasn't a huge amount he could do. He needs a fullback overlapping him to look decent. Didn't have that. Just didn't have it. Then, in the central midfield spot, who does John Carver play? Johan Gouffran. Central midfield spot. I wouldn't have had him at the left midfield spot, which is his actual position. I wouldn't have had him there. But no, he decides to play him in the central midfield. He decides maybe the whole change of position will shock Sunderland. It'll confuse them. Well, guess what? It didn't fucking work. There's a reason why some ideas are radical, and that's because they're stupid. Abid was on the bench. So was Olivier Kemen, who's decent for the reserves. He might have done alright. He's a little bit like a small Tiote. He shuts them down. He would have taken on Cattermole. I'd have loved to have seen that today. But no, he plays Johan Gouffran. Up front, Perez by himself. I've got no serious problems with that. It should have been 4-4-2 in the beginning. Start the game, Sunderland looked on top. Possession, they fought for it. They just kept winning it. We kept punting balls up front. They kind of did the same, but you know what they did? They put the ball into the middle between the defence and the midfield, so that they had one of the 3 strikers come back to collect it. And that worked brilliantly for them. That's how you actually punt. That's why you punt the ball upfield, so that kind of thing happens. But nobody gets that, apart from apparently Dick Advocat. Then, obviously, they get the goal from a set piece, Pantilimon free kick, and hits the head of, I believe it was Wickham, goes to Defoe, blindly shoots it with a fucking amazing volley. I can't take away the goal from him, it was amazing. Half time comes, 1-0. I thought hopefully maybe something like the Arsenal game would come out, would have an amazing second half. No, it looked shit. We looked worse as soon as we stepped out. About 65th minute, Emmanuel Riviere comes on for, I believe it was Johan Gouffran. You know what? We looked slightly better. We had Riviere to actually collect one of those stupid long balls that we seemed to be putting upfield, and we maybe got a chance from it. Then, 86th minute, we bring on Adam Armstrong for Sammy Amiobi. Now, I'm not saying Sammy Amiobi was having a brilliant game, he really wasn't, but 86th minute? How was Adam Armstrong meant to change fuck all? It was like 6 minutes to go. Well, actually, it ended up being about 11, but how was he meant to do anything? He couldn't do anything, he didn't have the fucking time. No? We get our first shot on properly on goal at about the same time, because you know what is Sunderland backed off a bit and we looked on top for the final like 11 minutes, but we still didn't look like scoring. We looked on top, didn't look like scoring. Game ends 1-0, fifth time in a fucking row, and we deserved it. We genuinely deserved it. I didn't think we looked any better than them. You know, it'll always be a Newcastle person's opinion, but I think we're the better club than Sunderland. We're a bigger club, and especially in recent times, we just can't get the fucking job done because not one manager has been able to come in and really sort of understand the derby. It is passionate, you know. It is usually a bit violent, but well, it's kind of like one of two things either happen. Either we look like we're going insane and, you know, so desperate for the win that we do stupid shit, or the players look like they genuinely don't care. And it's because, and they don't, managers don't understand. It's a middle ground. If you want to win a derby, you find the nice middle ground between sort of being cool and collected and being passionate and insane. You have to find the perfect middle ground. Sunderland did it. They looked like they wanted to win the match, but they also didn't look like they were stupid. We just looked like, actually, funny enough, today we looked like both. John Carvey sounds appropriate. John Carvey brought in the stupidity. Could become Toby Carver. Yeah. Anyway, John Carver brought in the stupidity, and some of the players brought in the lack of care. Anyways, hopefully for the next match I'll see you then. It's been the GeordieJedi. Leave a like if you can, it really helps. Subscribe for more videos. It might sound like I'm uninterested in doing this video. It's not that I'm uninterested in doing the video, it's that I'm interested in the match. Just because it was pointless in the end. May force be with you.